Alright, we're off again. Seat tightened back up. Damn. Front end almost got out from underneath me while I was still trying to crawl on. I'll run through a neighborhood or two up here. That's the end of the bike trail for that end of it. Usually run across one or two suicidal squirrels up in here. A couple of other videos I'm planning on doing here fairly soon. One of them is I'm going to do a review on this bike that I'm riding. It's a Baoluji dual motor. That I got off Amazon, and I've just rode the shit out of it. I like it, but I've also got an E-Cells 5-star coming. It's supposed to outrun this dual motor. Damn, this road's rougher than hell. People like gathering their papers up in their nightgowns around here. This far, it's after 8 o'clock. Being old, you get up really, really early. I couldn't sleep in if I had to. But I do seem to get a lot of shit done anymore. I actually changed the name of my channel to Riding Retired just because that's all I do anymore. I didn't really have a name for it before anyway. It was just my name. I think one of the hardest things, like I said, I'm going to start making a few videos and stuff. I'm going to review this bike. I'm also going to review my E-Cells bike as soon as it gets in. Then I may start going a few different places. Here where I live, I'm pretty limited to bike riding. I live in a little small unincorporated place. I have to come over here about 6 miles to Batesville to even get a little bit of riding trail. And like I said, they're pretty limited on their stuff. They've got an opportunity here to make this a premier bike riding place. They build a trail up and down this river. It's absolutely gorgeous scenery through there. They're missing out on it. Northwest Arkansas is kind of like we're in Northeast, and the Northwest is kind of like the mecca of mountain biking and biking trails and stuff. We're way behind the times down here. We must be having a sale on tents or awnings, umbrellas. Not familiar with them. These places I've never been before. Back over to the bike trail and hit the other end of it, or one other end of it. Maybe I'll get used to it later on. It seems really weird talking to this damn thing, but it's also kind of hard to think about shit I need to talk about or things that somebody might find interesting. And if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Who gives a shit? I'm just out here having a big time. Put this right at the bottom of this steep ass hill. And one complaint I've got, these damn things are so narrow to try to get through, to try to keep the four-wheelers and stuff off these trails, but it's just barely wide enough to get a damn bicycle through. I really don't think they researched that before they built this. Up here that's just I think it's even narrower than the other end. So far though, I'm really liking this Insta360. It's a hell of a lot smarter than I am. If I ever figure out how to use the special effects and stuff on it, be a lot more fun than it is. Here's this stupid bridge with these narrow openings to get in and out of. It's almost like they don't want bicycles on it. Time I come down this trail, I didn't even know this bridge was here. I come out at the end of it, I didn't even know where I was at. I've since figured it out. We're in a neighborhood called Eagle Mountain. And it's usually not real busy up in here as far as traffic. And a few of the main roads they have coming in here actually have bike lanes in them, which surprises me. I guess that's only for the affluent to enjoy. Come through here a few weeks ago and almost got took out by a deer right here. We'll probably see some before we get done. It's 8:25 in the morning, so they're probably stirring. Steep ass hill, but I'm not pedaling real hard to get up it with these dual motors. Like I said, for what it is and the price point, this is not a bad bike. I think it was $1,100 with shipping off Amazon. It's dual 1,000 watt motors with a 42 amp hour battery. I'm sorry, 42 volt battery. I don't know how many amp hours it is. And it goes up and down hills really well with the front motor kicked in. And it seems to be fairly well made. I haven't had any problems with it yet. I've got 300 or 400 miles on it so far. I don't do any trail riding with it or off-road stuff. Just not got the suspension set up for that. It's got adjustable front forks on it, but they're not that great. It's got a hardtail rear end, so you get off-road and just beat the hell out of you. I really don't find much enjoyment in that. They got deer signs right here in the middle of this neighborhood. The high points. I'll hit one big cul-de-sac back here. I went for 2 rides yesterday, and my second one was out in the country, and this big white pit bull ran out at me, and I thought he was going to try to eat me, but all he wanted to do was race. He got right beside me and just tried to outrun me. I don't know if you can see the view or not of these houses. Fixing to be off to my right, but they set up on a bluff and overlook the White River Basin down here. $1 million view looking out over there. Stuff in this neighborhood. You can't park a car out on the street. Every car that's in your driveway has to be able to run. If it breaks down, I got to tow it off somewhere. Eagle Mountain. We're fixing to get out of here and run to another area. I can make it back to this narrow gate down here without crashing. I really don't think they thought that through when they put them up there. Shit, I bet I don't have an inch on each side. This is a cool little bridge, though. The city spent a lot of money on that just for people to walk and bike. They kept it a big secret, though, because nobody knew about it, or I didn't know about it anyway. It was never advertised or anything. Here we got a walker coming. There's actually somebody made a dirt trail over on the left there on the side of that hill. I've never been down it, but I get my E-Cells bike with all the full suspension, I may try that. There's a sign on a tree back here about snake habitat. I guess that keeps everybody from wandering off the path. I've yet to see one on the path, but I'm sure I'll run onto one of these days. Oh, there's another walker way up there. Like a zombie staring off into space. God forbid you should look at a stranger you're fixing to meet. I don't know, these people act like they're afraid to be out in the world sometimes. You get that bad off, what's the point in even going outside? I say that with a grain of salt because I am a retired police officer and I carry wherever I go. I don't go to the bathroom without being armed. But that's the world we live in. Think about it. If you had an e-bike and a .22 rifle, you'd never go hungry. Plenty of squirrels around here to eat. This is a little early for people to be on the golf course. I'll let the greens dry up, I guess. That's hole number 2. Uh-oh, it's a runner. Howdy. Get on the street here. There is a bike lane. You go the rest of that cart or bike path right there, it's hard to get out here because you know the one of those little things blocking it. Really kind of surprised. I've got this camera. There's a mount on my handlebars, and then I've got, I think it's moving around, so I've got a mount. Got my selfie stick mounted to that. I feel stuff getting loose on it. Should tighten it back up. Alright. Yesterday you couldn't even get around down here. They had a free fishing derby for kids. Somebody's giving out free fishing poles. And there's a jillion people down here getting them free fishing poles. Make a little run through the cemetery here. You're on the wrong side of the road. There you go. I guess she thought she was in England. You know, something that's really surprised me since I started riding on these trails and stuff. You know, I get it, people walk and ride and everything else, but when I come up behind people either running or walking and they know I'm there because I'll beat the horn a couple of times or whatever, and they panic, they'll run right, then they'll run left, then they'll run back right again, almost like a damn squirrel. You know, I think the proper way is you hug to the right and let somebody pass you on the left. It'd be just like a car, but evidently that concept is a little hard to grasp for some of these mouth breathers. And I say that in the kindest way. Usually when I'm not recording anything, I'll run up down every one of these roads, just a little exercise in. And right about now you're laughing because you're thinking he's going to get any exercise. He's on an e-bike. Well, that is true, but I don't use the throttle much. I pedal everywhere I go. I might be a pedal assist 5 and there's not much resistance of any, but I am still pedaling. But I'm out here enjoying life right now. I've been retired for a year. I believe I'm busier now than I was when I worked full time. A life flight helicopter. one of these yesterday. It like to jarred the shit out of me because I wasn't expecting it. This road's not all that smooth anyway. We got 3 or 4 speed bumps through here. Just barely get around them. It's a lazy Sunday morning in Batesville, Arkansas. Back on this end of the trail. Like I said, I'm still new to all this videography and loading these videos onto YouTube and stuff. I follow a bunch of people on YouTube, especially these bike videos and stuff. Try to do my research about what I want, what I want to get. But as far as actually doing the uploading and stuff, I don't know that much about. But I'm learning. I got one video uploaded. I'll probably upload this one too. I don't know if you're supposed to automatically start getting subscribers or how that works. Like I said, I'm not in it for any kind of money. I don't anticipate ever making good enough videos that a lot of people want to watch them. But you know, if you want a little scenery and some mindless banner, you might enjoy it. Alright, got one coming. They don't know they're supposed to stop here with people in the crosswalk. Just look at you like you're an idiot. Area of the track. It runs behind the water department. Got a bunch of blind curves there. I've run onto people walking on the wrong side of the road before around here, so that's why I got to be careful with them. Alright, we're clear on this one. We'll go the wrong way on this one way. It didn't say bicycles couldn't do that. There's a beautiful white river again. Damn, that was a big bump. Knocked the camera down. Alright, time to go back down to pedal assist. One. This little tiny ass sidewalk. This little town is like the Christmas capital of Arkansas. They've got this whole park is decorated with millions of lights every Christmas. Put on a huge display. And we are back at the truck. I'm not gonna fight them little curves again. And that concludes that video.